There were a lot of reasons why we decided to go tiny. One of the main reasons was for our business, and also, we wanted to eliminate the overhead costs. So, we didn't want to pay $1,400 in rent anymore, or, have any of those utility bills and all the little knick-knack things that make it hard for startups to get off the ground. We had the skills and the determination to make it happen, so that's why we decided to build it, completely from scratch.
I'm Mike.
I'm Ciera. This is our tiny house,
aka the caboose.
And we've been living in it for around 2 years and have traveled over 35,000 miles. So this is the inside of our tiny house, aka the caboose. And on this side, we have our kitchen area, which is where all the magic happens. We pretty much eat only at home, so it was very important for us to have a functional kitchen area. This is our stove. This is where we literally cook everything, unless we're cooking over a fire. We don't have an oven, so that is one thing that we gave up when we transitioned to go tiny. We always joke with people who come in here, it's kind of like a puzzle piece. No one ever knows what's behind here. But this is our what we consider to be our fridge. We turn it on and off like this so that it runs straight from our solar. No freezer, so that is another thing that we gave up when transitioning to tiny living as well. And then we've just got a series of drawers in here where we hide our trash can, and then just this is where we keep all of our Tupperware and pots and pans, snack items. That's very important. And obviously we have all of our kitchenware right here. We keep like a lot of dry goods up in our mason jars, and we have this magnetic spice rack so that we have easy access to all of our spices, and also it's just convenient for storage in a tiny space. We did the tile work all ourselves. We just bought these off of a local shop on Etsy and put in the tiles ourselves. And the sink was a Craigslist find for, I think it was like $5 or something like that. So it wasn't anything fancy. We're very minimalist. And this is our functional sink. It is battery powered. Makes a little noise, but it works just fine. We keep our Brita up here, so we have fresh water. This is just like a little technology area. We have like our chargers and stuff usually plugged into there. This is where we keep all of our clothes, literally everything for 2 people. We made these little cubbies. We made these boxes to go in there and put the fabric on, and made the handles. And yeah, it's pretty basic. We are very minimalist. We don't have that many clothes, so it didn't take much for us to, find space for that. And then we've just got this lovely macrame plant hanger that one of our friends made for us. Behind me, we have our workstation, work area. We don't have a specific name for it, but this is where we get all of our work done. As you can see, we have a ton of crafting supplies and packaging supplies and cardboard, printer. This is where we keep a lot of our products that we make. They are stored over here. And this whole area is kind of connected to it. So this folds down as a stand-up desk so that we can pull out our laptops, and functions really well. That way when we're designing or communicating with customers, we can easily do it right here, turn over here, and start making the product for them. We knew that we needed to have functional storage and stuff that pretty much, we wanted it to be tucked away so that we didn't have stuff just out all the time. So that's why we came up with these nifty ideas. This one folds up, so it's got like paper, all of our, design sheets and, pencils, like kind of just like office supplies, I guess, in there. And then it's nice because you can just tuck it away. This is our laser machine, which helps us make our products. It helps us get the engravings and other minor details onto the products. So basically this was important. We had this before Tiny Living. We started our business before we hit the road, so it obviously had to come with us. So that's why we dedicated the entire front portion of our home to our workspace. Down here, this is like our water chiller for the laser. It just helps keep the water cold when it runs through the machine. So living in a tiny space and being together, running a business 24/7, it can get overwhelming, and it's hard to separate lifestyle from work style, if that makes sense. So we came up with this clever idea to have a curtain that separates the workspace from the living space. So when we're done for work for the day, we pull it down, and it just gives that separation of living space, workspace. We designed these portholes into our tiny home to allow airflow, because obviously a tiny space, when we're like right now we're in the desert and it's like 100 degrees. So it was very important to have lots of airflow coming into the house. So it kind of just helps keep the place, open and airy, not stale or, like a hot box or anything like that. So this is our bed area. This is a queen-sized mattress. It's the same mattress that we used in our apartment before going to Tiny Living. It's worked out really well for us. It's a stationary bed. It doesn't fold up or anything like that. And then beneath our bed, we have the dog dens for our 2 dogs. They needed spaces to sleep, obviously, and we didn't want to always be stepping around them on the floor, even though one of our dogs is preferring to lay on the floor right now. It also stays cooler under there, so that's where they go whenever they need to have their alone time. And also the back opens up so you can be on the bed but basically outside at the same time.
This is the front of the caboose. We call it the shed. It's where we store most of our tools and equipment. It serves two functions. One is to break the wind around the house to make it more aerodynamic when we're towing. And also we've kind of eked out as much little square footage for storage as we can. That chain holds the doors from swinging open during driving. And then when we use them, we just kind of keep these open while we're running our generator. We also have a fan and a compressor for our laser machine inside. Other than that, it's just kind of miscellaneous storage for tools and skateboards and whatnot. So here's the other side of our shed. More storage. This is where the exhaust comes out for generator, laser. We just kind of cram all of our tools in here. And here you can see some of the material that makes up the structure of our home. It's 20 gauge galvanized steel. It creates a lightweight but strong structure. So this is our back storage below the bed. This is where we store more supplies for the business. Tools, surfboards, snowboards, skis. This is our propane. It's just a single 20-pound for our stove and for heating. We also have 2 tables that slide out that we use as kind of stand-up tables for arts and crafts come in handy. Creates a little extra space for working outside. So this is one of our most recent additions to the home. We ordered these 2 jack stands online and just kind of bolted them onto the side. They work really well to stabilize the house when we're parked. We're usually parked for a couple of weeks, so we like to have a sturdy foundation. On top here we mounted a 100-watt solar system. It's a basic Harbor Freight kit you can get for about $160, and it just stays where it is. We like to park with the back facing south so we get plenty of sun, and that powers mostly our fridge but also small devices throughout the day. So to make money on the road, we own and operate a business on Etsy.com, and we sell products mostly out of birch wood. We say we make everything for home, family, and business, which includes signs, name puzzles, notebooks. We do custom requests.
You don't have to have it all figured out. We are a perfect example of, we didn't have it all figured out at the beginning. We made a plan and we stuck to it, and we had to work really hard at it to, get to where we are today. And it didn't come overnight. There were definitely times where we thought we were crazy, and, you just have to take the good with the bad and just understand that anything truly special takes, if you're really dedicated and you really want to change your life, then you can do it. You just have to work towards it. We wouldn't trade this lifestyle for anything. I can't even imagine if we were still paying, sky-high rent and stuck in traffic, going to and from work every day. We wouldn't have these experiences. We wouldn't really appreciate, what's out there and what's possible. And you can follow us on Instagram at Life in a Caboose or at Made to Cut.
You can find us on Etsy at Made to Cut.
And thank you guys for watching.
This
is our tiny life.